Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Double Trouble by Teal. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, meaning in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have doublers. So we did a doubler theme week a while ago, but I'll definitely remind you of the rules here. So each row, column, and box also has exactly one doubler cell. I'm just going to color green to represent a doubler cell, like this one maybe. So once this one's green, the rest of the box, the rest of the column, the rest of the row cannot be a doubler. I'll use gray to represent that. And so there's 6 in the grid because there's 1 per row, 1 per column, 1 per box, just like any digit. Now, whatever digit ends up in a doubler counts as double its value for the killer cages, which I'll go over in a sec. But another important rule with doublers is that every digit from 1 to 6 is doubled in exactly once. And so there are, wherever the doubler cells are, so let's say there's another doubler here. If this was a doubled 2, this could not also be a doubled 2 because we can't put 2 2s in doublers. So we'd have to put, say, a 3 or a 4, anything other than a 2. So we're going to end up with 1 through 6 doubled once each. And in addition to that, we do have killer cages. So digits in a cage sum to the value in the top left, but if a digit is on a doubler, it counts as double its value. So maybe, let's do the 7 here. Maybe this is a doubled 1, which would count as 2. And so then this could be a 5. And so 5 plus doubled 1, so 5 plus 2 would be 7. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, so the first thing I'm noticing is 16 is way too big to not have a doubler in it. Because the biggest we can do is 5 plus 6 is 11 if we aren't using doublers. So there's definitely a doubler in one of these 2 cells. That means the rest of the row cannot be doubled. 14, also too big. There's definitely a doubler in the 14. So yeah, and also the rest of this box also couldn't have been. But yeah, we get this row. So there's a doubler in the 14, there's a doubler in 16. How small can the doubler be? Well, if I put a 6 here, I still need to get to 10. So this actually would have to be a 5-6 pair. Or I could put a 5 in here alone. No, we couldn't do 5. We could do a 4 alone and double a 6. Okay, so we're from 4, 5, 6 then. Right? Because we're either a 4 non-doubled with a doubled 6, which is 12. That would get 16. Or we're a 5 doubled to get to 10 with a 6. The non-doubled digit has to be even if you think about it, because if the non-doubled digit were odd, we would sum to an odd number because it would be a non-doubled. The double digit is always even, right? Once you double a digit, multiplying by 2 is literally making it even, no matter what. So what is our even digit that is not doubled? It's going to be 2, 4, or 6. The 2 is too small, though. I would need to double something to get to 14, and there is no 7 to double. And so I'm having a 4 with a doubled 5, or sorry, 4 with a doubled 6, or 6 with a doubled 5. So there's always a 6 in it. And this is exactly the same. There is a doubler in one of these 2. And so that means this can't be a doubler. So this is non-doubled. So this is our even digit, the 4 or the 6. And then it goes with the doubled digit, which is the 5 or the 6. And this is definitely doubled. And then we have the similar thing down here. This is 4, 5, 6. And actually 6 is pointing up from here. There has to be a 6 in here, as we saw. And so this is not 6. This is a 4, and then it has to go with a doubled 6 in order to get to 16. Let's actually gray out the rest of this while we remember. And so that means this doesn't have a 4 in it. So it is a 5-6 pair, and we know that the 5 gets doubled. So 5 and 6 have been doubled now. We don't know which one of these is 5, but whichever one is 5 gets doubled. All right, so now again, this is an even sum, so we're going to need an even digit in here that is not doubled. So if I were to include a 2, that would get us down to 12. I need a doubled 6, but I'm not allowed to double 6 anymore. If I put a 4, I'd have to double 5, not allowed to double 5 anymore. So this has a 6 in it. And that's the non-doubled value. So 14 minus 6 is 8. So we need to then double the 4. So now 4 has also been doubled. So we can only double 1, 2, and 3 now. Okay. The remainder of these could all just on their own be non-doubled. But this 10, I will say, needs to be has a doubler in it. Because if it doesn't have a doubler, it has to be 4, 6, and now this column has too many 4, 6s in it. So this does have a doubler in it, first of all, which means that this is not the doubler. So this has to be the 4, the non-doubled 4. And then this is, sorry, why did I put 4, 6 in here? Right, it's got the non-doubled 6 with the doubled 4. Sorry, I did that backwards. Yeah, because 6 plus 8 is 14. All right. And so now here, this can't use the 6. So again, it's an even sum. So we're going to need a 2, 4, or a 2 or a 4 in here. Can't use the 6. So if this had a non-doubled 2, we need to double a 4, but we're not allowed to. So it's got a non-doubled 4 with a doubled 3. Okay, so now we know 3 is doubled. Now the rest of these cannot be doubled. If this adds to 7, it's not doing it with a natural 3, 4. I can double 1 and I can double 2. That's it. What if there's Sudoku I can do at this point? We know this is 1, 2, 3. We know this box needs a 5. Can this be a 5? I don't see why not. 1, 2, 3, 5 in here. 1, 2, 3, 5 in here. This can't be 3. It must have something to do with the remaining cages then. I'm just not sure what to do. Let's think about whether this can be doubled. If this is doubled, it's even. So this would have to be an odd number. So this would be 1, 3, or 5. So we could be a 1 non-doubled, of course. That would leave 6, so we'd have to double the 3. We're not allowed to do that. I could do 2. Well, no, let's do it because we already doubled the 3 over here. I could put a 3 in here. That would bring this down to 4. We'd have a doubled 2 with that. That seems reasonable. Or we could do a 5 with a doubled 1. Or this could just add to 7 naturally without a doubler. For some reason, this would be bad. I don't see why. Actually, I do see why. Okay. So if this was a doubler, right, it'd be 1 or 2. We'd have a 1, 2, 3 triple in here. That leaves 4, 5, 6 for this 7 cage. Doubling isn't going to make it smaller. So 4, 5 would be the smallest, which is already 9. We wouldn't have a low digit for the 7 cage. So we're not going to be putting a doubler in here. Which means we are adding to 7 naturally. Either 1, 6, which we can't do, 2, 5, or 3, 4 like this. Sorry, I got rid of that gray for some reason. All right, how about this 7 cell? This 7 then. We know there's a 1. Okay, we know this 7 sum needs a 1, 2, 3 in it. Whether or not it's doubled, it's going to need a 1, 2, 3. Because again, without a 1, 2, 3, we're adding to at least 9. So that makes a 1, 2, 3 triple. So this cannot be 2. Which means that's not 5. Making it a 2, 3, okay. Now, we know this can't be 3, 4 naturally because it breaks this cell. So if this was naturally 7, we'd be either 1 plus 6 this way because of this 6. We could be 2 plus 5. I'll make this a 4. And then a 3, okay. Hold on. No, that seems okay. So this could be 2, 5. Now, if it had a doubler in it, again, we need to use an odd number with a doubler. So we could not use 1 because we can't double 3. So we'd use 2 with a doubled, 3 to use 3 with a doubled 2. That doesn't work. We can't put 2, 3 in here because there's already 1, 2, 3 over here. That would be too many 1, 2, 3s. Or we could do 5 with a doubled 1. And that's, so the only thing I'd have to do is add a 1 here to count for that. What did I learn from this, though? I don't think that really helped me. Is it the 9 clue, then? Okay, so to get to 9, I would need to use an odd if I had a doubler. So we're going to see if this can be doubled or not. So we're going to assume it is doubled. So if this was, again, we need an odd non-doubled. So if this was a 1, we'd have to double 4. Can't do that anymore. If this was a 3, then we'd need to double another 3. That's certainly not happening. And if this was a 5, then we'd have to double a 2. Now we don't know there's a double 2 in here, so 5, 2 would be the only way we're doing the 9 with a doubler, which seems okay. The alternative is we just add to 9 naturally. We cannot do 3, 6, because this cell can't be 3 or 6. It sees the 3, 4 pair and the 6. So we would have to do 4, 5. And so this is the 5, because this can't be 4. This is the 5 no matter what. And it's with either a natural 4 or a doubled 2. That 5 makes this 6 and 5. Remember that the 5 had to be the doubler here. And so the rest of this is not doubled. So there's a doubler and one. Oh, and this doubler sees down. So this is a doubler and it's a 2. Okay. Very interesting how that worked out. This 2 looks up, putting a 2 in one of these two. Let's fill this out. We need 1, 3, 4. It's not a 4. So 4 is over here. Right, this can't be 4, this can't be 4, because of the 3, 4, and the 4. So this is a 4. And then this is 1, 3, 6. That's not a 6. The 6 is placed. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, the first thing I'm seeing is this column needs a 5. It can't go here, it can't go down here. So there's a 5 in one of these two cells, meaning this cannot be 5. I don't know how that affects the sum. Oh, this cannot be doubled because there's already a doubler in the column. I don't know how that stayed around. So there's definitely a doubler in one of these. Is there any Sudoku I can do? 2 is in one of these two. That's not a 2, so the 2 goes here. Oh, the 3, 4 pair. I shouldn't have put a 3 there. That's 1, that's 3. These aren't 1, these aren't 3. 2, 3 pair here means this is not 2. Okay, so this is a non-doubled 1 or 5. If we were natural, we'd be 1 plus 6, or we'd be 5 plus 2. Those are marked. Or we'd be a 1 with a doubled 3. Can't do that. That 3 is already doubled there. Or we'd be a 5 with a doubled 1. That accounts for the 1, 2, 6. There's probably just more Sudoku to do then. I do need a 5 in this box. It goes here. This box, I need 1, 3, 5. I'm just going to mark that out. That's not 3, so 3 is over here. How do we do this? Is there some issue with one of these sums? This box needs 1, 2, 5, 6. So we know the 6 is over here. So this is 1, 2, 5. This is 1, 2, 6. Oh, this can't be 2. Sorry, it's not 1, 2, 6. It's 1, 5, 6. Okay. 4 in this row can only go here. Okay. How did that happen? Interesting. Yeah, we have this 4 and this 4. We have this 4. And then these just can't be 4 because we can't put a 4 in the 7 cage no matter what. If it was doubled, we'd be 8 already. So it wouldn't be doubled, and it would be with a 3 otherwise, and 3, 4 breaks the cell. Right. So this is our 4 for the row. Crazy. That's a 3. So the doubled is not the 4. The doubled is the 3. And then that means that this cell here is doubled. And it has to be a doubled 1. It's the only thing that can be doubled, and that does go with a 5. Very nice. So this is 4 now. That has to go with a 3. Nothing's doubled. We get the 2 and the 3 and the 1. We get our 5, 1, and 3. That's a 5. That's a 2. 3 is deet deet dooting in the corner. That's 5, 2, 6, and 1. We get our 3, 2, 1, 4. Last digit's a 6, and we're done. Wow, there were some intricate spots in there, but this was a fun puzzle. Would have blended right into our doubler theme week back when we did that. I did miss some important scanning moments for quite a while, so I feel like this could have been faster. Maybe there were some parts that were smoothed out if I had just done Sudoku at the right time. But even still, I enjoyed that. Hope you did too. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.